Hey there, thank you so much for joining me.
Hello,
Would you mind introducing yourself to our watchers?
I am One Bit J, or Bit. Doesn't matter what you call me. So I am a furry living in St. Louis, Missouri, and it is quite an adventure.
What and who is your Fursona?
I have three. So I have one that's a bat wolf. She's gender fluid, and she's very sparkle puppy. I have another one that's a tanuki, Japanese tanuki, and she is another sparkle puppy. Her name's Astra. And my last character is a hyena, and his name is Soren, and he's gay.
So, what exactly is a sparkle puppy?
They sparkle with colors.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I thought. Just wanted to make sure. Where did you get your inspiration when making your Fursonas?
Well, Jay, I had her name and her idea since I was 13 years old. I would roleplay wolves on a game called Wolf Quest, and I played it up until I was like 19, and I still support the game by buying it even though I don't play it. Um then I recently got Astra like a week ago. I saw a tail for sale and I had a character, but I wanted to combine the tail and the character together. And from B&A, the main character is a Tanuki, so I wanted to combine that. And Sorn was another character that I bought on Twitter and really enjoy. So,
And what exactly is a tanuki?
a raccoon dog.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Let's see. How did you find out about the furry community and what made you want to join?
I found the furry community through my ex-boyfriend. He came on a campus and we talked and stuff, and then he's like, "Yeah, there's this thing called the furry community, and you seem like you would be into it." And I basically was a furry before I even knew what the term was, and I delved right in. I went to a convention a few months later when I was with a different guy, and went to local meets and delved right in.
When would you say that you were an actual furry?
If without the term,
Well, I mean,
and
like in general.
I feel like when I was 13, I was a furry because I was always walking around pretending to howl like a little kid, and I would draw warrior cats characters and make up wolves and make up stories by drawing them. I had a fursona before I even thought I was a furry. But when I really delve into the community and stuff and knew there was other people besides me, I was maybe 19 or 20.
How has your experience been since being a part of this fandom?
The Telegram, I would categorize the community into different sections. There's the Discord community, the Telegram community, and the convention community, and the local community. I really like the local community. Depending on where you live, depends on how well it is. I really like the convention community a lot. And the Telegram community is all right too, but I really just don't get a grasp on the Discord community. I was involved for 3 or 4 years on the Discord communities, and people just like to start drama, and I just stayed out of it.
Have you had any embarrassing moments while being a furry?
No, not really. I mean, embarrassing moments of just like telling my parents saying when my boyfriend went to pick up my first fursuit, I sat in my bedroom and I put on my suit and I walked out in the living room and my mom just stared at me with a weird look. So I guess that's kind of embarrassing.
Oh, I had the same, except she also laughed. She thought it was hilarious.
My mom just thinks it's weird.
At least it wasn't hate.
Yeah, it's not hate, it's weird more so than anything.
What is one thing that you dislike about the fandom? And
The drama.
okay. I was about to say just the fandom in general.
The drama. It's so bad. People just don't know how to stay out of other people's lives. and people do it for clout. It's just not it just people just don't know how to like manage things, and it just gets ridiculous.
If you could change something about the fandom, what would that be?
There is something I wanted. I led a panel on yesterday morning for Megaplex, and it was about minorities in the fandom. And if I could change something, it would have to be conventions and their guest of honors. I would make more LGBT, more minorities as guest of honors than I would be with regular, your white male, so to speak.
And why is that?
Because I really feel like there's so many people that are black, transgender that could be recognized in the fandom, but your typical people that are always guest of honors like Majira, um, Morpholess, all your average, your basically the people that represent the fandom, they are always chosen.
Your
But
classic
I
white
know
dude.
your classic white dude, basically, and I just don't like the fact that we do that. And I know a good friend of mine is a transgendered black male, and he is very good artist, and he's not being recognized.
Let's say that you are not at all socially awkward or shy, and you met a total stranger, someone who didn't know about the fandom or furries or anything about it. How would you explain to them what it is?
We like walking cartoon animals, and we like to dress up as them.
You were the first person to make it so basic that it was just one of those, like, it was a punch in the face. It was how easy to explain it.
We all like cartoon animals that walk on two legs, and we dress up as them. We make art of them. We make videos of them. We make any type of art form you can think of.
No, I just thought it was really nice because everyone's trying to, explain in long detail, and it's like, boom, Bugs Bunny. And, it's just flat, right? It's like, boom, there you go. Um,
I wouldn't really consider just saying the word Bugs Bunny, but our liking towards those kind of characters.
well, yeah, but I just meant it was such a short, sweet, and straight to the point.
Right.
If you had a warning to give to those who are just starting out or who haven't joined the fandom yet, what would that be?
Followers are not everything. Making those friendships are everything. Don't hide in your con room, your hotel room at conventions as well. I did that from MFF 2018, and I regret it 100%. I was just too scared at the time to go out and explore. But don't hide. Go out and just type on Telegram saying, "Hey, I want to chat with somebody. Does anybody want to doodle together?" And I'm sure somebody will reply.
What would you say was your best or favorite moments have been since being in the fandom?
So I went to Gateway Furmy in 2019. It was in March, and I met this guy there, and he became my best friend in the fandom. He loves the fursuit. He let me wear his fursuit, and it was the best experience I ever had. And even I only met him that one time, and we chatted all the way up until August. And then we decided to go on a cross country trip from Tennessee to Illinois to Colorado to Denver for a convention, and it was the best experience of my life. And I don't regret it at all. Making friends is like the fresh friendships I have.
And I know this is off topic, but what's with the light that's on your headset?
I don't know.
It's just it's caught my attention this whole time, and I'm just like, there's a light. Why is there a light? Why do I've never seen a headset that has a light unless
I
like you're
don't know
going in the
why it's
dark.
on. I don't know why it's on.
Oh, okay, okay. I know that was Rent. I was just like, bruh. Okay. Uh, um. uh, has being a furry changed you at all since before, and how so?
It's changed me now, like the way I am. I'm more open. I'm more creative. I'm now figured out my sexuality and my gender identity. because I was a straight female before, and I was for a little bit being in the fandom, but then I realized that being male was also nice, so I became a gender fluid pansexual person. So I finally was able to express myself in something in a safe environment without fearing backlash from family.
And how would you say that you came to that realization for those who are still trying to identify themselves?
It took a while, but realizing how I acted as a younger kid, it makes sense now why I'm like I am now. But it has to come to you, and just talking and hearing other people's experiences and comparing that to yours is how you can be able to self identify what you are.
Do you have any fursuit parts or a whole set?
I have a partial. I don't like her anymore. She's getting updated right now. I have another tail, and then I have a tail that's also coming in the mail on Thursday, and I have a pair of paws.
And
So
why don't you like her?
she's got an updated design, and also because she wasn't made as well as I was hoping she was gonna be made, and it was just a cheap fursuit, and I don't. I mean, I accept the craftsmanship it took to make her, but it's just I don't like it. It doesn't fit my head very well. I have glasses, so and it's hard to breathe in her, and I can barely see out of her. So
What is your opinion on fursuits?
I love fursuits. I love them so much. I when I get a chance to wear my friends, I wear it all the time. It it transforms people, I think.
What would be a warning to someone who's looking to get their first suit or partial?
If you are under 18 or not grown yet, don't get a body. Just get a head and paws and a tail because you're going to grow. And I know I've heard stories of people getting fursuits as like 9 or 10 or 11, and they grow to be 16 and it doesn't fit them anymore, and they spent thousands of dollars. Also, water, 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 and brush your suit.
How much roughly do you think a fursuit would cost, being a partial or a full? Like the range?
A partial would range between like 700 to 1400, and then full suits can range from 1,000 to I've seen suits of $6,000, $7,000. So it just depends on who you go to.
Now, is having a fursuit or partial or any parts um like something you need or have to have?
No, it doesn't make a difference what if you need one, but it does make you feel more connected to your Fursona. But you can get a tail for easily for $50. So if you know where to go and you look at newer makers and give them a chance. So at the same time, it's nice to have one. It's a luxury item, like a cell phone. I mean, a cell phone was considered a luxury item up until recently, or a computer is considered a luxury item. Stuff like that.
And how does a suit, for those who can or do have one, make you feel more connected?
You get to be the character, and you get to interact with other fursuiters and like paw at them, play with their tail, make squeaky noises, play with props. It just makes you interact with other humans in a different way.
What was your first reaction when you put your suit on? Like, once you had it all on, what was your
I
mindset?
cried. I cried. I was like, "Oh my god, this is where I belong, and I'm not leaving the fandom anytime soon. No matter how bad the drama gets, I'm sticking it out." And it was just the best experience ever.
Have you had any bad experiences with your suits, being with yourself or with other people?
No, but I've heard stories of other people being touched inappropriately because they wear breast like shapes outside on their suits, so their breasts are more defined, and they've been touched inappropriately. I know I've heard some people that get their tails pulled really hard, seams pop. Some people spill drinks on them. I've heard really bad stories.
And is it still worth it to you to have a partial, if not full suit?
Yes, it's definitely worth it if you know how to take care of it and you keep an and have a handler. Have a handler. If your handler can keep an eye out for people around with drinks and stuff, then you're good. But if you go by yourself, you're risking it all. I
Can
wouldn't risk it.
can you explain exactly what a handler is?
A handler is somebody who walks around with you to make sure you can see, you're not tripping over stairs, telling people that you're done with pictures or that you need to go take a break in the headless lounge. It just depends. They're
Now,
just there to be your guide.
is a handler crucial when you're in suit in public or places?
Yes, especially if you're new. Like is even just being with friends and you're the only suitor, like just having people around you that you know that you can trust is crucial. I've heard a lot of bad horror stories.
Now, let's say that wherever you go, you don't have any friends with you at the time, or adults, or anyone that you know. How is the best way for you to find a handler for that event or meeting?
Just get get on local groups on Telegram. Telegram's the best thing I can suggest to get in contact with people at conventions. I'm sure if you say something, somebody will offer. I've asked people for being handlers, and we met up one night and hanged out, and then got to know them, and then they were my handler. I've been handlers for other people too that I've met online, and then became their handler for a convention. You just got to ask.
How many fur cons have you been to?
Let's see. I think 3 or 4.
And how were they?
Yeah. MFF was not my most favorite. As I said, I was in my room most of the time, but when I was out, it was too big.
What is
Gateway for me,
MMF?
Midwest Fur Fest, the biggest convention in the whole world in Chicago, Illinois.
Okay.
And and then I went to Gateway for me, a smaller con of about 300, 400 people in St. Louis, and it was uh it was okay, but there wasn't much to do. And then Denver came around, and that was fun because it wasn't too big or too small, and there was always something to do.
Now, what exactly all happens at a con for those who haven't gone to one?
There's panels, which are basically all you need to know information about different topics that you could go to. There's ranging from tarot cards to astrology to how to take care of a fursuit, how to act in a fursuit. There's all panels for everything. And then there's dance competitions. There's different types of dance competitions. There's a basically a square off where they play a random song and you dance against each other. And then there's just a normal dance competition where you I haven't really been to one of those, but I know that they just play a song and you dance to it. And then there's what is it? Uh there's I don't even know the name of it is. But okay, but I'll skip it. But there's also charity events as well. They'll be going around trying to raise money for charities. And there's parties for those that are 18 plus. I'm not going to go into further detail, but when you get to that age, there's a side to that. Then there's the dealer's den and the artist alley. That's where you can buy merchandise, buy art, and all that.
And what is the dealer's den?
That's where everybody that are merchants have all their stuff and you can buy it, basically.
Like physical items.
Yep, physical items. And then the artist alley is where you can buy art of your character or prints.
What is the worst encounter or interaction you've had with another furry?
Online or in real life?
How about both?
In real life, I really haven't had a really bad encounter with a furry, but IRL or online, I've had more of a problem with people getting into other people's business or my business and just trying to harass me for something that happened a few years ago. People don't let go of things very easily in the fandom. So, yeah, they It's just bad interactions online.
In your opinion, why do you think the furries and the fandom is so appealing?
Because we're hugging fluffy characters.
Works for me. Which animal do you think is the most overused for a fursona?
I don't such thing as something being overused because it's something that means to you. So if a wolf means to you, it doesn't matter what other people think. But if let's say I don't know, I'm trying to think of a bear cat, there's or a badger or something like that. It means something to you, then means something to you. I don't think there's such thing as something being overused.
You were the first person to actually say something like that. Everyone's always picking something, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to disagree. It's your opinion. And that's a breath of fresh air. I like that. Um, what do you think is a good way to help the community get a better reputation to people who might not understand?
Donate money to charities is one way you can help make our name known. Um, all any con you can donate their charities online. Do if you're a part of the LGBTQ, wear your fursuit or a tail at Pride. I know a fursuiter walk in the Pride parade. That gets their name out in a good way.
And what kind of
Talk
charities are there that the fur people have?
uh ALS, animal charities. Um, I've seen some cancer stuff, breast cancer, really anything to help the humanity and animals.
What is your opinion on the stigma people have about the fandom?
It's true and it is not true. There is a sexual side to the fandom. Any fandom, there's a sexual side. You got hentai for anime. You got our gifting for furry. So you can't avoid that. But at the same time, that's not what we're all about. We're all about the art. We're all about the fursuits. We're all about the conventions. We're all about helping charities. So there's more to it than just the sexual side.
And how do you react to hate, either towards you or towards others?
I try to link them to a Twitter. I try to link them to a Twitter feed, usually of us donating money to ALS for Dog Bomb. So that usually convinces people.
And what about the furry community makes you happy? Like the happiest?
Being around people that think like me. It's finally having a home.
And what makes you feel like you belong so much to it? Like, what is it that niche?
Animals, to be honest. I feel like animals makes me feel belong because I love animals. I have had animals my whole life.
And are there any warnings you would like to give out to those in the community or outside of the community?
Any warnings?
Yeah, like something to look out for.
Um, be on lookout for that pedophiles and zoophiles and all that are not just in our fandom, they're everywhere. So just be aware of them and call them out for if they are accused of something and you have the proof.
And let's say that there is someone out there who is watching this right now who's having a really tough time in the community. What words of inspiration can you give them to help them out?
Uh, it's up to them to be honest if they want some inspiration. I guess would be just keep pushing forward and realize that not everyone's bad. You're gonna meet a good friend in this fandom if whether you whether you're aware of it or not. You're gonna enjoy yourself, and it's up to you if you want to leave. Nobody's stopping you, but we love having people in the fandom and that makes us grow and that's why we're able to have conventions of the magnitude we have.
And is there anything else you would like to contribute to what we're talking about?
Make sure to donate to those charities.
Yeah, that's always a really good plus. Well, anyway, thank you so much for taking the time for this interview.
Thank you. You were a pleasure to speak to.
Even though I did mess up your camera a few times.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm horrible. It's okay though. Mom tells me it's fine. I've been tested. I don't know. Anyway, thank you so much, and you have a great night.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.